Where is Steve Kavingo, who was abducted on the 17th of December in Lolongo in the county of Kajiado? Where is Peter Muteti, abducted on the 21st of December in Udhiru, that is not too far between Nairobi and Kiambu? Where is Billy Mwangi, abducted on 21st of December in the county of Embu? And on the 22nd of December, Bernard Kavuli was abducted in Ngong in the county of Kajiado. Where is he? And where is Gideon Kibet, or he is also known as Kibet Bull or Yoko, who was abducted on the 24th of December in Nairobi, as well as his brother, that is Ronnie Kibet, who was abducted also on Christmas Eve, but in Kikuyu in the county of Kiambu, and many others who are still missing even months on. Where is their justice? And where is the justice for those who have been reunited with their families? Welcome to NTV at 1. My name is Dan Mwangi. I welcome you to this broadcast.
Pressure is mounting on Kenya's President William Ruto to end the surge in abductions and enforce disappearances. According to local reports, at least 8 new abductions were reported in the last 4 days. Human rights organizations have documented over 70 cases since June 2024. The Law Society of Kenya, LSK, has threatened legal action, expressing concern over the rising trend during the festive season. Kenya's police have denied involvement in the abductions, which have targeted government critics and protesters. International bodies, including Western embassies, have condemned the arbitrary arrests and disappearances, calling on President William Ruto's administration to ensure the rule of law prevails.
This culture of abductions, Mr. Ruto, stop it. We know during the ICC trials, so many Kenyans were abducted and they went lost. I lost a friend in Nyeri who was abducted until today. We don't know where he went. There was a young man in Nyeri who was a very active civil society fellow. He got abducted. To date, we don't know where he went. Just because he was a witness at the ICC. This culture cannot be allowed to continue. This country is greater than Mr. Ruto, and Mr. Ruto cannot run this country like it is lesser than him. It's a very painful day where we are, and we are demanding that these abductions end. The High Court has given orders that these people must be produced within 7 days, in the case I filed. And I assure you, as day follows night, if the 7 days expire without these people being produced, we are back on the streets. Are you ready?
Yes. We are ready.
Are you ready?
Luta continua.
So we are going to go back on the streets until every Kenyan is accounted for. We cannot have young people moving around with fear. Right now, I've got about 20 guys who are hiding. They have told me they are going to hide him because they fear they are being tracked. We cannot have that. And as that is happening, this same regime is stealing and looting from Kenyans. Billions of shillings are being stolen. That's why the economy is empty.
Kenyans, in this war against abductions, you don't even know what you have discovered. We have IG of police who comes and say that he truly doesn't know who is abducting Kenyans. Then we have the former Deputy President Gachagua who comes and say that the IG and police don't know who are abducting Kenyans because Ruto created another unit of police led by a guy called Abel. They reside somewhere in a building with 21st floor that are abducting Kenyans. That the IG has no idea and the police have no idea. Then Ruto confirms our fears by saying we are going to stop the abduction. Who are we? The unit that is led by Abel. The reason I'm telling you don't know what you have discovered is this. Kenyans have been correcting taxes. The taxes have been increased. Ruto has borrowed more than any other president. You cannot see even a project. Is there a possibility that there is another treasury that Kenyans don't know? Outside the government that we know, Ruto has created another treasury of correcting money outside the Kenya government we know. Is there a possibility that all these ministers who have been failing in their job, including very competent one, is there a possibility that Ruto created another line of ministries that are doing the job, including the ghost workers and the ghost schools we have been seeing? Is there a possibility that Ruto is running two kind of government? The one that you know, the treasury that you know, and the treasury that is correcting excessive taxes, that is borrowing, but you cannot see the money. Is there a possibility? because that should be our next line of frontier. We can't be having an Inspector General of Police who comes and say that he truly doesn't know who is abducting Kenyans. Gachagua confirms that it's true, maybe he doesn't even have an idea who is abducting Kenya. Ruto confirms that he knows who is abducting Kenya by saying we are going to stop the abduction. Who is we? Then, he taxes all huwa tunaokota. Ruto has increased taxes. He has increased borrowing. There is no project. Is there a possibility that there is another line that the Kenyans don't know of treasury kwenye pesa huwa zinaenda na ziko bado kwa hiyo building with 21th floor? Is there a possibility? That should be the next line of frontier. Because things are not usual in this country. There's something wrong in this country. There's extremely something wrong.
Country every day is a struggle. So now, it has to take the US Secretary of State, Mr. Blinken, to tell the government of this country that people have been abducted from Maandamano's time and that families are in agony of their children. It has to take the US Secretary of State to tell the Kenyan government that the police that were involved in the various murders, illegal abductions, and tortures of the children of this country, for you to realize that there's a problem. And now that Mr. Trump is here, is when we want to rush to China to ask them for us to join the BRICS. The diplomatic space has always proven in so many occasions that alignment will save you so much more than your political kiburi. Now here you are, being a worldwide global embarrassment with virtue of the fact that you will have people of your country abducted for protesting a bill. It's about to be rough, and I'm so happy it's about to be rough. And I think this also goes to the reality around African leaders and a reminder to them that Africa is your business. That maybe for the first time, you should put your focus on things that matter. That maybe for the first time, you can use your brain and realize that Africa is a giant, a sleeping giant. I rest my case.
Francis Gaido has been abducted. The news have been broken by the famous advocate of the High Court, Elisha. Unakumbuka huyu lawyer mwenye alikuwa kwa impeachment ya Rigathi Gachagua. Now, pale kwa X account yake, amesema Gaido hapatikani. Remember, Gaido amekuwa on the forefront kumobilize na criticize government. Kesho kuna maandamano. Amekuwa kimobilize watu, kesho tutokee tuandamane. So I think in that process, government imeona na gaslight, na as we speak now, Gaido hapatikani.